Hi, back to Auto Assembly. Just 5 minutes in through the door. I actually took my camcorder with me this year as a new toy. Filmed various little bits, mostly quite bad and quite dull filming. I'm not sure I will release any of that publicly yet, if at all. Be just for my own happy little memories. But what follows, assuming I can edit these two videos together, is my film of the closing ceremony. I'm sure more people film this, so if nothing else, not to spoil anything, but there is a life-changing moment for two people during the course of the closing ceremony, so I'm sure the one who sprung the surprise on the other would have made sure it was being filmed properly. Well, I thought I'd share this because it's a lovely closing ceremony. It has one fantastically beautiful moment in it. Just a wonderfully emotional moment for people who've been going for a long time. It's a lot of footage of the back of a woman in front of me's head, and it is more shaky cam than all of Revenge of the Fallen. But it may be of some interest anyway. Maybe more of a proper auto assembly video later on after I've recovered from this weekend. But the main thing I'm going to show off I'm incredibly proud of is a piece of the original art that Andrew Turnbull did for my book. Isn't that just fantastic? Signed by Simon Furman as well. That's one of a few original pieces I picked up. Thanks to Sprites, thanks to Nick Roach, even though he wasn't able to finish his Death's Head because the man has just become a father. Who places their baby above sketching Death's Head, honestly? But anyway, that's enough preamble, so I think this will be quite a long video, so many went up a bit. So if you were there, hopefully it'll bring back some nostalgic memories. If you were a woman in front of me, I'm sorry I filmed so much of your head. If there were people behind me, I probably quite irritated you by holding my camera up. But enjoy the video anyway, and I will speak to you all soon.
I've always enjoyed doing this, but I never thought I would actually have a difficult time actually doing this, but I sort of do at the moment, because we all know what now is. I'm going to indulge you, I'm going to indulge my own ego, to be fair, just for a couple of minutes to talk to you a little bit about auto assembly. We all know it's a convention, we all know Sven and Simon started it, and they'll come up shortly and talk about it. For me, what this meant was getting to meet people. Everybody who is sitting here is a geek or a nerd, or they've been called worse than that, I'm sure. But the difference was that nobody I knew really cared about these robots the same way I did. Like, nobody cared about the fact that I've only cried once in a movie, and that was when Optimus Prime died. I locked myself away in a room, and the problem was that at the end of the '86 movie, it said, "And Optimus Prime will return," and I was like, I'm not coming out of this room until he comes back. And then I bought The Return of Optimus Prime, and Megatron was on the back, so you can imagine how devastated I was at that point as well. Like, oh, he's only in it for one scene. But the problem was, it was sort of awkward for me, like, to meet people and things like that. It was never a problem to talk to people. I'm fairly confident in doing that. It was just, I liked talking about Transformers and nobody else did. And then one day, I came to auto assembly, and it was cool and bought things and stuff. And then something else happened, which was YouTube started existing and Facebook started existing. And we all started to actually figure out who everybody was. They weren't strangers anymore, they were friends. So suddenly around 2007, 2008, this didn't become auto assembly, this became Cheers, because it was somewhere that everybody knew your name. And so suddenly, this convention started to steamroll. And that's why, this year, I'm proud to announce there were over 1,000 attendees at auto assembly. Now we all know this is the last auto assembly, but there is no reason whatsoever to be sad about the fact that we're not all going to be here for auto assembly next year. We've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, we've got fan meetups that go throughout the country. I highly recommend go over and see Dave Tree. Rollout Roll Call is something that you should go and check out. And whatever happens, and no matter who comes along, if something else happens, just remember that regardless of who's there, it's you people that make it what it is. Now then, there's a couple of things that I want to mention. Now, I have a list here because I have this horrible feeling that at some point I'm going to break down and actually need some... Right. Toy Foo! Where's the Toy Foo boys? There they are. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Every year, Nick and his team spend, well, basically the best part of a year finding toys for you to buy. They don't do it because, well, I'm sure Nick probably does enjoy the hunt, but they don't just do it because they're out to sell it to you. They donate every penny that they make to Mary's Meals, and I'm proud to announce that in the entire history of Auto Assembly that they have been trading for Mary's Meals, they have raised £20,589. Now then, what I'd like to do now is bring up some people who've been working all the way through this weekend and have been absolutely phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen them all over the weekend, I'm sure, as you've been walking past. I'm sure you've asked them for sketches, you've gotten prints signed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our fantastic artist Sally to the stage. Give them a big round of applause. No! Used to! Back! 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 No, stop pressing it! Typical of those two jokers, isn't it, really? Now stand at the back and be quiet. Jason?
Just wanted to say a little something about how much this show meant to me. Been coming here for what, 10 years now? Isn't that something like that? Something crazy, isn't it? It's unbelievable how much it's grown, and I just want to say it's so beautiful. This show is so special. This sense of community, of love. And I just want you guys to know that whatever happens from now on, each and every single one of you can be proud of what you've contributed to this show. It's been absolutely fantastic. And it holds a very special place in my heart, and also in the heart of Kat, who I've been dating for a long time, 9 years. And I just want to take this opportunity to go to the bar. You are my energon, you are my oil spark. Sometimes I'm a Starscream to your Megatron. Sometimes I'm a Moonbase 2 to your Unicron. But I want to know if you would do me the honor of being my wife. probably the geekiest thing ever. Bar weep, grana weep ninny.
Meet Ninny Bum.
Come on, once more! I said to myself, if I could make it through that, I'll make it through the rest of this. Don't spoil the moment, Liam. Right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the rest of our artists and guests from this weekend. Give them a big round of applause as they head down to the stage. And of course, we have our guests of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Peter Spells!
You can't possibly want to still hear me talk. This place does not work without all the volunteers who give their time, their heart, their effort for everything they do. The people like David Wallace, Billy and Tori, Isa, everybody in a red shirt, Matthew, I can't name every one of you. This place flies on your shoulders, and I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your applause going. Next, it's Mr. James Horan!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, I feel so privileged and honored to be part of the last Auto Assembly, and it's not going to be the last, but I appreciate you guys having me over and letting me be part of your community. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
And rounding off finally what has been a fantastic year, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the wonderful Somali Montano!
I'm still wiping the tears. I am so touched, and I just have to say, congratulations. The most romantic, best proposals, and I thank you so much for giving all of us the honor of being a part of it. I'm literally crying. Oh my God. No, you guys, this has been outstanding. I am completely overwhelmed. And somebody in the line said, you know, they've been coming here, I think since, this particular person had been coming here since 2008, and she said, the reason I come is for the people. And, you know, it's a love of Transformers that brings us together, but ultimately, you wouldn't come if the people here weren't awesome. And I said it before, but the vibe here is amazing. And that proposal, that just shows the love that is in this room. So thank you all for having me be part of this. I am so honored. And thank you for your kind words. You know, we all work hard at what we do, and then to receive the feedback that I've gotten has just been amazing. So thank you all. Thank you for having me here. And you guys are great. You guys are awesome. Okay. Nobody saw RC get that emotional, though. Nobody saw RC do that.
This is really getting harder. I don't even know who it is, but I bet it's Griffith. Ladies and gentlemen, as they leave the stage for one last time, give all of our guests the gratitude they deserve. Give them the biggest round of applause.
Drinks are on David, let's go.
Can I just get a big round of applause for David for doing this as well? It's them. I just come here to spout off. Give them the round of applause. Right, okay. Now then, ladies and gentlemen. Who was... Well, I did say as they walk off stage, but everybody wants to stick around. No, everybody wants to stick around, so... You see why it takes a professional like myself to keep these jokers in line. No, she's a recently engaged woman, I can't do that. Right, okay. Now then, who was at the script reading last night? Who really enjoyed the script reading last night? If you were paying attention, there is somebody who I want to bring out on stage, because without this gentleman, we wouldn't be here. He is one of the architects of this convention, though some of you may not know him. Ladies and gentlemen, you've probably met him all weekend long and you've never known it. Put your hands together for Mr. Sven Harvey!
Hello! It's slightly more than the 31 that we were at the first one, isn't there?
I didn't know, I didn't go.
Oh, you were?
I just didn't.
Just didn't know. In 2000, Order Assembly started with literally 31 people in the room. We had 15 people pre-booked and then 31 people in total. Look around you. This is built up thanks to, well, Simon Plum, obviously, originally alongside me, the current committee and volunteers who have done sterling work since I had to step down after the 2008 convention, and just all of you. Without you, it wouldn't exist. So just please give yourselves all a round of applause. It was lovely to hear that Toy Foo have raised so much money. We have been raising money ever since the first one. We raised money for the NSPCC and various other charities. So yeah, thank you very much.
Now there is somebody that I would like to invite to the stage. I met this guy in 2008-ish, and he seemed like a bit of a prude, to be fair, at first. I was like, I don't like the cut of his jib or the stripe of his top. But over the years, I got to know him. I got to be bossed around by him an awful lot. But he was always nice and welcoming and all of that stuff. So much so that he's going to give he's going to provide the speech at my wedding. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Billy Edwards.
I'm going to ask a question today. It is rhetorical, I will give you the answer. What does the name Auto Assembly mean to us? What does it mean to you? And when I'm finished, I'm going to tell you people what rhetorical means. I imagine a lot of people see this for the first time and think, ooh, car show, awesome, we're going to talk about fancy motors. I imagine some people incorrectly assume auto stands for auto, B-O-T, which, you know, I'm not going to mention for legal reasons. I don't think it stands for that, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to use an example from this weekend. We've shared this fabulous venue with a religious event this weekend, which is ironic because, quite frankly, this all feels a bit spiritual to me right now. Now, there's an age-old question revolving religious events, which many of you will have heard, and that is, what is a church? Is it the building, or is it the people inside the building? And I would say to you, this church is our assembly. And that assembly is each and every one of you. You don't need this room, you don't need any room, you don't need this event, you don't need this time of year, you don't need the plastic as much as we love it, you need each other. And what Simon Plum and Sven Harvey have given you over the last 15 years is a chance to really make true lasting friendships. Please never ever forget that. And that leads me to the first part of the name, Auto. If I'm not going to use the bot word, what does Auto stand for? Well, I want a favour from all of you today, please. I'm sure it wasn't your intention at the outset. I want you to all go away knowing that Auto is short for automatic. Because your friendships are automatic. You do not need us to put them together for you. We bring the convention, but you bring the relationships. Please never ever forget that. Please always make the effort to get in touch with each other. Online, in person, it doesn't matter, because the relationship between you and you and you is what matters. Please always remember that. Now, David is going to do me the honour of making the last introduction here, because there is one person who's not been to the stage yet, and one person who more than anybody else should be called to the stage today. But before he does, in a show of solidarity, can I please invite the entire staff of Auto Assembly to form a guard of honour down the centre aisle. I'm going to join you now. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and put your hands together for the committee head, Mr. Simon Plum.
Well, thanks for that, everyone. So, who's coming to AA 2016? It's basically all Sven's fault. I mean, I know everyone tries to give me and Sven joint credit, but Sven's the one who actually came up with the idea back in 97, 98, wasn't it? Originally called Iacon. It was a working title he came up with. We've been doing a Star Trek fan club for a few years prior to that, and then we kind of just threw the ideas together, and Auto Assembly was born, as Sven said, as a small one-day event in a small room in a hotel in Birmingham City Centre. 15 people pre-registered, as Sven said, 31 turned up, and it kind of slightly exploded from there to this little gathering, as you can see now. As everyone said, we've got to thank all the volunteers, the rest of the team, all of our fantastic guests that we've had this weekend. But most importantly, I've got to thank all 1,064 people who've registered for the convention this weekend. You are the ones that have made this convention what it is. It's, again, the biggest Europe has ever seen for a fan Transformers convention. It's just astounded us how big it's grown. We never expected it to be anything like this when we first started it. I mean, years ago when things were going as it was a one-day event, people were saying no European event would ever reach 500 people. We did that back in 2009 when Adam, our AV guy, walked through the door and was attendee number 500. And then everybody was saying no event would ever hit 1,000, and we managed that on a Friday night. And it's just kind of kept exploding since then until we hit 1,064 a couple of hours ago. And it's just staggering how many of you just kind of come along and just shown your appreciation and just all come together to share your love of Transformers. And I know a lot of you just come along because you just aren't interested in the toys this weekend, but just to meet up with friends from all over the world. I'm just sort of left speechless really at sort of how it's grown over the last few years.
Well, if you thought you were speechless now, wait until we're finished with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to...
I'm not that way inclined.
I don't know, I've got some pretty impressive people coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a few people we've got lined up who've got some very special presents for Simon. You might know him, ladies and gentlemen, from YouTube. I'd like to welcome Thu to the stage, please.
How unworthy do I feel? Okay, so the reason I'm here is because a bunch of us at the old TFYTC, a little corner of the internet full of YouTube dorks, we all come together and we signed a little canvas for yourself, Mr. Plum, just to say thank you for how much this means to all of us and how much of a trip this has been. My shirt's cool on it, sorry. So I'm going to put this on that thing over there and then I'm going to shake your hand if that's okay.
Thanks very much.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, hands up, who bought some plastic this weekend? Give a round of applause to all of our dealers, ladies and gentlemen. And one of those dealers, Mr. Dave Tree, is next up. Here he comes.
Hello everyone. On behalf of all the dealers, everybody involved in creating Auto Assembly has helped all of us buy second and in some cases third homes. It's been phenomenal, so thank you very much. No, I'm joking. But
and I've seen the Porsche you drive in the car park.
Yes, yeah, oh absolutely. But in all seriousness, the show has become like a solid fixture for each and every one of us who actually make our livings on this. You know, it is actually quite serious for us. There's a lot of fun involved, but it is our livelihood. So we appreciate, first of all, the show, and then secondly, all of you guys as well for coming along and like supporting each and every one of us. So thank you on behalf of all the dealers. Thank you, Simon, and everybody else involved in creating Auto Assembly. And this is from all of the dealers, so thank you very much.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, here's the man who has got by far, well, put it this way, this man does Death's Head so well that he's maybe changing Simon Furman's view on him. On behalf of all of the attendees at Auto Assembly, please welcome Chris Finney to the stage.
Yeah, I'm just literally one of you guys, and I was asked if I would present this to you on behalf of all the attendees, and I'm very pleased and honoured to do it, mate. I've had an absolute blast coming here the last 4 times, as has everybody here, so thank you so much for all of your effort over the years.
Thanks very much.
Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of the volunteers, both past and present, I know Billy who it is. He's standing there and he's just like, it's this person. And I'm like, I know. Actually, I'd forgotten, to be fair, so he helped us out there. On behalf of all of the volunteers and the committee who've worked at Auto Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Somali Montano! very special treat. It's Mr. David Rook. Oh wait, the actress in here requires the audience. Somali Montano!
I've never walked a line like that. That's amazing. Simon, I feel unworthy to be up here on behalf of the guests because this is my first year, but I can feel so much what you've created and the specialness and the love and the enjoyment that's here. I was speaking to John Paul earlier. He's been a guest for a lot longer than I have, and I think he put it so well that what the guests get from being here is all of you. And I questioned him, I said, well, what exactly do you mean by that? And he said, because we get to share our love with you, and you get to share your love with us. And that exchange is invaluable. It's gold. So thank you for facilitating a most wonderful experience and something that will live in all of our hearts and memories forever. And this year has proven that primes do party!
Go on.
I really don't know where to start here because when I'm out there, and I think I speak on behalf of all the volunteers, when we're out there, you people make it easy for us to do what we have to do. Everyone is friendly and approachable, and again, the whole community aspect of what Auto Assembly is all about is what we work for, and what we do is here to help you. What we've got here for Simon is a cake made of, or from the image that you saw up on the screen just now of Simon and his family, and I hope that when Simon goes home, he enjoys that, thinking about all of us that have come here together. So thank you, and thank you, Simon.
Ladies and gentlemen, give these two men another fantastic round of applause. Under any circumstances, think that this is the end of Auto Assembly. Go to the website, register. The new YouTube channel is going to be coming very shortly.
Yep, new YouTube channel will be up probably in the next couple of weeks, and last night's script reading will be online for all of you to watch very soon. So if you missed it last night, you'll all be able to see it in all its glory. And the Cybertronian Times that all of you got in your packs a couple of days ago, there's a new issue on its way very soon, and it's going to be coming out quarterly as well. Digital only to start off with, but we're looking at keeping it in print as well. And there's a lot more ideas to come. Meets in Cardiff, and we're possibly even looking at sort of social meets in Birmingham as well, and a lot more to come. And the convention itself may have wound down for reasons of sort of health and pressures of work, and sort of quite a few of the team and everything. And Adam's moving over to America, so good luck for the future, Adam. Big round of applause for Adam, our availability. You didn't think you were going to get away with that mention, did you?
Oh, he's all shy, like a big shy bear.
But we've got a lot of ideas for the long-term future, so the AA name is definitely not disappearing. We've got a lot of ideas for the future, so stay tuned.
Oh, right. Thank you. On behalf of Simon, on behalf of Sven, Billy, the committee, the volunteers, the person standing next to you, thank you. Thank you so, so much for coming and making this event the best it possibly can be. You can just applaud now, because I'm not going to say it's over. I'm just going to quietly bow out.